What it is, what it is. It is your boy Jones, and welcome to another episode of the Jones and Podcast, brought to you by Jones for Sports. We make sports better, and as always, I'm brought to you with my co-host E. What's going on, my boy?
What's up?
Listen, y'all, you
It was
might
a long
hear
weekend.
it in our voice. You might hear it in our voice that we might not have a lot of energy right now. Our voice is a little raspy, all because
Recovery.
of the shirt that he wearing. We was in Rolling Loud this past weekend, and we turned up. So we still recovering. We got back on Monday, but we still recovering. I think it's gonna take this whole week to recover, but I honestly, I thought about it for a second. We might have to cancel this episode, this podcast, but I was like, nah, we got Christmas next week. I got to give them at least this podcast, and then next week we off. Everybody enjoy Christmas. So that's why I called it the sports holiday, because we are 1 week away from Christmas, and I hope each and every one of you guys enjoy your holidays, whatever holiday that you are celebrating. We hope that you and your families enjoy it, and you guys are safe. Um, but yeah, we got some things that we're gonna talk about. And like I said, we were in Miami, so we didn't watch the games. We were busy, but we caught up with a little here and there and
We
find
paid
out about,
attention to what mattered.
we got ESPN, we got apps and shit like that. So we know what's going on, but we just wasn't able to watch it. So we're gonna give you guys a few questions and things like that for you guys to think about while we talk about it.
We caught
Uh,
we caught some we caught some plays before we left.
Yeah, exactly. Like we
We
we,
was
we
watching the
didn't
games while we was getting
officially
ready.
abandon you guys. We didn't officially say fuck all our fans, and we just not potting at all, and we're not gonna give them anything to talk about this week. Nah, we got y'all. We got y'all. Let me just share this for y'all real quick. Let me get it out to my peoples. Let's get it out. All my people on Instagram. We out here now, y'all. We out here on Instagram. I'm trying to get it to each and every platform that we can possibly get it to, so that everybody can enjoy it. Um, Quick announcements while we're at it, while I get all this up for everybody. In 2025, letting y'all know now, we are turning it up another notch for Jones for Sports. We are adding two new podcasts to the Jones for Sports family. First being, which most of you guys already know, that sports panel podcast, which is going to be a podcast of you, you guys, the fans. Obviously, I'll be the host. I'll come on. I'll have questions for you guys to talk about, but it's about you guys. So I'm going to share you guys the link out there so you guys can get out there and come out there and talk some sports with us.
Oh
Hey,
my
hey,
god!
hey, look who done found the motherfucking Jones of the Sports podcast
Around this time of year, you get those certain
with
family
this
members you wait.
dirty ass,
Look,
ugly ass
wait.
bird.
This time of year, you get those family members that you haven't seen all year that they pop out because it's holiday season and stuff.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, look who
This
it is.
bird, Mr. Bird.
Ah!
Nico is in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the podcast,
Yo,
Nico.
oh, hey, shut up. It's officially the Black Beauty
Ahaz in the
podcast.
building. We back, y'all. We back. We got to hear some of his bird shit, but we back, y'all, in full effect.
Can y'all
The
see my
squad
full
is
name?
here.
Can y'all see my full name in there?
We can't.
No, because it
I
was
don't
a
want to
long
read.
one. All right. For the remainder of my time here, this episode is Mr. Go Birds, aka not 10 straight. And you got to say it like that. You got to say aka not 10 straight. 10 straight.
All right, I love it. Keep it up. Keep
Ooh.
it up. Cause I'm gonna rain on your parade today, my boy.
Not niggas gonna
I'm
end the
gonna
season
rain.
15-2,
I'm gonna rain
14-3,
on that parade
maybe.
today.
Depending on if we play niggas the last game, we might end up 14-3.
Don't worry.
Break the record in New York. Gotta love that. Against them niggas. Gotta love that.
I'm with that. I ain't gonna lie.
10 in a row.
Anything against them, I'm cool with. I'm cool with that. All right. So
going
boom.
and shit. Magnificent.
All right. Oh shoot. I still didn't do it.
But how are we, gentlemen? How we been?
Here we go, y'all. We live on Instagram. So everybody on IG, make sure y'all pop up. I made sure to get y'all involved as well. So we are live on Instagram as well, everybody. Pull up and come chat with your boys. All right. So We gonna start before we get into football. Like we said, Nico, me and E, we didn't get to watch football this week. We were in at Rolling Loud. But we know we caught up with a few things. We're gonna talk about a few games and shit like that. But we're gonna start off with the Bucks winning the cup chip, or what, I don't know what the hell they call it. But my question to you guys is, do you guys think that it matters now, and do you think that it will matter in the future? E, let me start with you.
Can
What
I
do you
go
guys
first?
think on this? Yeah. What are your thoughts on the
Being
cup?
that my team won the first ever one,
That's why I went with you
this
first.
shit don't matter. That shit don't matter.
So why you say
That
that?
shit. One, I just think it's a waste because you're making these guys play extra games for no reason.
With it not counting, true.
Because it's gonna affect you later on in the season.
True.
Especially in the NBA now, where stars don't play every game. Imagine if like the Sixers made it all the way into the Cup final. You might as well count them out for the players because you know Embiid and PG aren't gonna make it.
Not podcast P.
Nah, that's true though. That's true.
That's P.
So, E,
Yeah, I think
before I go on,
he did more podcasts than he did games this year.
Yeah, he has like 5 more episodes than he has games played this season or some shit.
That's crazy. You got
Nuts.
I told y'all, Philly fans. We fucking told y'all. All that hype y'all was doing. We got PG. Yeah, you got him to sit on the bench because he's not gonna fucking play.
That nigga been learning from Kawhi. He been learning from Kawhi for the last 5 years. Like,
exactly. You know,
is Kawhi even active?
Yo, bro, Kawhi has played. I don't think Kawhi's played 82 games in the last 3 seasons. Like, if you add them up, I don't think he's hit 82 yet. Like, that's crazy.
Damn, that's bad. If you add them up, that's bad.
Kawhi hasn't played close to a full season since he left San Antonio. And we know he wasn't playing ball his last 2 years there. For real.
No, that's facts.
No, cap. I'm lying because he left San Antonio. He gave niggas 1 real season of basketball with Toronto. He might have played like 70-something that year. And then never again.
Damn.
Never again.
Nico, what do you think about the Bucks winning the cup? Do you think it will matter? And do you think in the future it will matter to later teams?
I think it might have some significance like moving forward, but like just on some bragging right shit, I think it means a little bit more this year than it did last year because like E said, last year his team won, the Lakers won. When LeBron win anything, that shit is like discredited. Like his last championship, niggas who've never played a lick of competitive basketball are calling it the Mickey Mouse ring, but everybody in the league is saying that was the hardest season ever. What I feel like
to see,
we're gonna discredit it the first year. It's like, oh, that ring don't mean nothing, especially because where the team ends up. I think if it becomes a trend that teams who win the cup win the chip at the end, like they make it to the finals, I think teams will continue to be more competitive in it. I think they're gonna start to put some rules around it, same way they do with the like awards and stuff. You got to play X amount of games to be eligible for, because that shit is a bonus essentially. Like if your team wins, you make
that's what
$500,000.
What I would like to see. What I would like to see in that is like, because you hear a lot of these guys say they doing it for the rookies, so the rookies could get that bread and stuff like that.
Yeah,
let's play those rookies and those bench guys minutes in that tournament.
No, I don't want to see that. That's what summer league is for. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see. I don't want to see them niggas running around halfway through the season.
But it's damn near summer league with the ugly ass courts.
It should be. It should be. You should have to play X amount of games during the cup to be eligible for the bonus at the end. Because, like you said, like if it's a team like Philly, if I'm Jared McCain, I'm busting my ass out here for my 2 stars. If I'm McCain and Maxey, my 2 stars don't play at all in this cup. And if we actually like luck into winning it, I need to be seeing some of their bread. Like both of them are established money wise. Like I'm a rookie. He a second year. He a third year. Like no. And Maxey is getting a bag, but no.
Yeah, no, that's a fact.
I would like to see some parameters around it. I think it might eventually become a thing, but it's so unheard of for professional
I
sports.
think
Like a tournament
what makes
within
it,
the season is
yeah, well, that's what makes it like so like get into it because like you'll have 1 week of a regular season game, then they go, all right, this week's cup games, and then it's like
three of your
back
three of your
to it.
games
Like
are going to be
what
cup
the fuck,
games.
Yeah, yeah. I don't get it. I don't.
Where you get rewarded for like really busting somebody ass now. Like you get rewarded for scoring X amount of points, and
Right.
I feel like in a league like the NBA where niggas don't even care about winning they like division, it's strange to me. Like in the
Yeah.
NFL, niggas want to win the AFC North. When niggas want to win the NFC East, niggas want to win nobody care about winning the Atlantic. Like, like the Knicks and the Sixers and the Heat ain't really competing with each other to win the Atlantic. They don't give a
Yeah.
fuck. Like,
Yeah, there's no incentive to win the fucking division. Like it really don't matter.
yeah,
yeah,
'cause it's
like
all about your record.
Yep.
if
At the
you'd
end
have
of the
started
day.
with that, like incentivize the division, then give me another tournament in there because the shit is so random.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You got to do something to incentivize the players to actually want to fucking play. Like the NBA. If I'm being completely honest, the NBA is fucking up big time, bro.
They
They
down in
losing.
ratings and shit. Yeah,
Everything is going down, and I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it. Like I'm a fan, but I'm seeing this shit now. Now I'm like, nah, y'all tripping, cause none of this shit I see y'all trying, but the shit y'all trying ain't working.
It ain't it.
It ain't it. Y'all gotta give the fans something to actually want to be
bro,
excited to fucking watch.
bro.
Y'all,
I haven't
y'all
cared.
gave the fucking NFL Christmas now. Y'all don't even have that no more.
Bro, I
That
haven't
was the
cared.
craziest thing for me.
I
That made me
haven't
feel.
cared.
That made me feel old.
For real.
I haven't cared about an NBA game yet this season.
I watched probably 3, and they were all Knicks.
And that's
No, I'm
another.
lying. 5, 2 or Lakers.
I watched some early Lakers game. I've watched like most of the Knicks games. I've tried to catch most of the Knicks games. But it's so hard to watch basketball now. Like, and not even like style of play, but like it's just not as available as it used to be. Like, I did feel like when we was in high school and shit, like 10 years ago, there was a game on. There was 3 and 4 games on every night during the season. Like, you could count on the 2 late West Coast games, like
Back.
at 10 o'clock, and then maybe a 11:30 game. But you always could count on that 10 p.m. late game and maybe like 2 games before that.
Right.
And now it's like, yo, you then got to scramble to find a basketball game on. Like nothing's on regular TV anymore. So like if you don't have access to a million streaming platforms and shit, you don't get to watch basketball. Like
That's a
I
fact.
absolutely understand why the ratings is down. Like that shit is terrible.
That's a good point.
They making a product so hard to get.
Yeah, exactly. You can't make your product hard to get, especially when it's one of the most popular ones. But it's
You
starting
feel
to go.
me?
That don't make no damn sense with all the stars and athletes that you got over there. Like, nah, y'all doing them bad over there, and it's disappointing. It's
You gotta
real.
download these obscure ass apps and like, yo, you gotta do the fucking most. Like Stream East.
For real.
Stream East, my best friend, because that shit is the only
Yes.
place where they all be right there.
All right there. Like you ain't got search and shit for
But
nothing.
the NBA don't get no ratings help for that. But that ain't my business, man. They should put everything in one spot. Like
That's a fact. Move this one. There we go.
Take that one out.
But yeah, nah, they got to get that shit together. I do like that.
I don't know how it looked for y'all, but I'm in the middle now. I like this.
Yeah, you in the middle.
Oh, you know what? We usually do that for guests. You know, we make them feel welcome.
I do like that LeBron last year and Giannis this year, where they made it seem like it was something. Like they were excited about it. What's his name? Giannis post-game interview. He was excited about it, and it seems like it's something that's motivating them to go farther this year. So, but
I'm not a Giannis fan, but I do love that he is the second person to win it. Like, I like that the older statesmen are the niggas winning it.
facts,
Like LeBron won the first ever, and that makes sense.
Yep.
Giannis wins this one. I would have liked, I only want to see like Giannis or Steph or
I was gonna say Steph, KD,
even a KD. Like
Yep.
I want to see those type of guys win these first few to give the young nigga something to strive for. Like,
yeah, exactly.
Like to give that next class, like let Tatum and Ant and all of them, like have that be something for them to aim for now.
That's a fact. Because then I think later on down in 15, 20 years, they're going to start counting them shits. Like, yo, I got 3 titles and 2 cups and shit like that. Like, that's just, they're
It's
going to
gonna start to
start
be a
adding that
thing,
into the
yeah.
conversation. Yeah, it's going to
Because
be.
they count all-star selections, they count all-star MVP.
Exactly.
So now it's gonna be like, all right, another thing on the resume.
All right, y'all. It's time for what y'all been waiting for. It's time to talk about some football. So we got two games that we're gonna dive into. The first one being Bills versus the Lions. So far, the game of the year, 90 points scored, 48-42.
Nah, no defense was played.
No
None.
defense at
Not a
all.
lick.
But offense, which is what everybody pretty much want to see.
Those are the games you want to see, though. Yeah,
you want to see, especially when it comes to these 2 teams, the 2 of the top teams in their respective conferences. So, Bills coming out with the win. What are your thoughts on that? Starting with you, Nico.
I needed that. Lions was the only team in the NFC with a better record than us. I ain't gonna say better than us, with a better record than us. I needed that. But that shit that surprised me, and it gave me that much more hope for the Eagles in the NFC, because the Bills is not a defensive team. The Bills is not a team that's gonna go out there and stop you from putting no points up. The Bills is not none of that. So for the Lions the Bills do what they do on offense, and even with a limited receiver core, but for them to go out there and put up those type of numbers and get the stops that they needed at the end, that let me know that the Lions might not be their year. I feel like last year was a better chance for them. They not feeling complete this year. They was looking a little sloppy at the end defensively.
Yeah, and they're losing.
Losing Montgomery was big too.
Not having Demo hurts. But towards the end of that game, like not the end of the game, like the second half of that game, I felt like I could feel where they missed C.J. Gardner-Johnson back there. Because that nigga Josh was just doing whatever he wanted.
Yeah. I watched some of the highlights, and it looked like he was just killing back there.
Josh was out there dead, just playing ball, bro. Like
he
it was
dead. Crazy. Like maybe last week, the week before, it was a close race. Mm-hmm. He pulled further ahead in that MVP race.
For sure. I like I said, I'm gonna say it every week just so Buffalo Bills Mafia knows that I'm sincere about it. Josh Allen is the MVP right now. There's no question about it. Saquon is right behind him. But Josh Allen, I got to give all the respect to him, because I said there's no way Josh Allen wins MVP this year. There's no way the Bills are going to be good this year. Why? Because they don't have a defense, 1. And 2, Josh Allen doesn't have any weapons to do anything.
And when Josh Allen does have weapons, he's young Brett Favre. Like, he just be throwing that shit.
Throwing picks in.
With no conscience. He just be throwing the ball.
So for him to be having these crazy fucking games and crazy numbers this year, I got to give him respect. Like, I got it. So I was wrong. I told y'all I was wrong. And I'm giving all the respect to the Bills in that offense and Josh Allen for holding that offense up, because damn, bro, you really doing it. You really doing it. My next question about this game is, what's your percentage of where you think the Lions, the Bills making the championship? I'm not the championship, the Super Bowl.
Good game, but no. When it gets to the playoffs, games like this is going to be a regular. Like, you're only playing against teams like this now,
right?
And how often are y'all going to be able to squeeze out a win or sneak out a win against top tier offenses consistently? I don't think that they can do it. And then again, when it comes down to it on offense, who are y'all really going to lean on? Because as great as Josh is this year, I only know Josh Allen to be terribly inconsistent, and he don't strike me as somebody who can do it without the weapons. Like, Tom Brady elevated everybody around him. Tom Brady never was throwing to a name. I don't think Josh Allen has that.
I feel you. E, what you think about that?
Their percentage of this making the Super Bowl?
Mm-hmm. Let's ask the question. Fuck it. What do you think of them beating the Chiefs to get to the Super Bowl?
I think this is the year that they had the best chance, probably. But the
I
Chiefs,
think it's a bigger chance to beat them because, like I've been saying all season, the Chiefs just look beatable this year. They don't have that same feel about them where it's like, shit, like I'm running into the Chiefs. Obviously, when you got Mahomes back there, of course, but they just don't have that they don't have that fear this year. So like I'm still gonna, as much as I hate them, I'm a favor of the Chiefs.
Wow, bet. For me, I agree with Nico as far as the Bills. I don't think they'll be able to consistently in the playoffs be able for Josh to uphold his team like that. Because he had a great game last week and they lost.
I think with that too, though, it all depends on how that playoff falls out for them.
Right,
Because
exactly.
if they run into a Baltimore, they're probably out of here.
Yeah, it's early. Like that's the thing. They're gonna have to continue to
You
win.
know what I mean? Yeah, it's like they want those lower seed teams.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Especially if they can get a chance to get the number one because they're still in the race for that.
Yeah, now
Chiefs lose a few games, they're there.
Mahomes is hurt now.
Right, exactly. So there's a chance that they can still get that number one seed. So that would be big for them. Even if they don't, they still got a home game pretty much throughout, unless they play the Chiefs in the championship. Now the Lions. What are y'all thoughts on the Lions? I think Nico, you pretty much summed up the Lions.
I think the Lions is great, but yeah, I don't think this is it. I think last year was a far better likelihood of them like making a real push. They looked a lot better last year. This year they look great. As great as they look this year, they looked better last year, more complete on both sides of the ball. And then not having Demo, I don't think they can fuck with us, to be completely honest. Like when it comes to it, I feel like we're a far more complete team. We're clicking on both sides of the ball. I don't have them getting through us if it comes down to that.
If it wasn't for the David Montgomery injury, I would say they're making it out the NFC.
Yeah,
that injury hurts them a lot because the dynamic of that offense with being able to split between those two running backs. Like Nico said, they're playing great, and they're playing without their best defensive player, Aiden Hutchinson.
No one wants the Bucks. Oh
no!
I'll tell you an NFC team that
they'll be scary.
More of a dark horse than the Bucks is the Rams.
Yes, for sure. I agree with that for sure.
And I don't even think the Rams is a dark horse.
The Rams more than I feel the Bucks.
The Rams scare me more than the Bucks do, absolutely, because the Bucks got Baker Mayfield at the end of the day. Like I'm not.
Yeah,
he's great as Baker.
Baker.
Baker Mayfield is like the white Jameis Winston. Like as great as he is in certain stretches, that nigga is god awful in certain other stretches.
That's true.
Baker don't really like scare me. The Rams though, I do like them. Like I feel like you can never count the Rams out. They got like
shout out to my guy Billy Pods though.
They got a great veteran core over there. Receiving room is disgusting. Like and Stafford is always serviceable. Like I never fully count Stafford out. He's a decent guy.
4-game winning streak, only team to beat the Lions and the Eagles, 11th.
Yo, I hate that beat the Eagles shit. They beat us in the beginning of the season. He was down 6 players. Like, if they played us now, they lose bad. Like, they squeezed out a win, and we was down 6 starters. Like, people got to say stuff in context. The only team to beat the Lions and the Eagles have won 10 games straight. So you haven't beat the Eagles in 3 months. That shit was 3 months ago. It was literally like our second game of the season. 3rd game of the season. We haven't lost a game in 3 months.
Get him, Billy.
Yo, you see what happens when they finally get a good passing game? Look.
Don't do that, because we were phenomenal passing the ball last year. We were terrible running the ball. We was only
that's
because of the passing.
You're talking about recently. Yeah, that passing offense before last week was looking bad.
They wasn't clicking. It was nasty. And even with it looking bad, Jalen Hurts was throwing multiple touchdown games, more than 250 yard games.
Wait, we gonna get to them niggas. We gonna get to them as they next.
Because we have to, because we gonna be here for the next
we gonna get
7 weeks. Like we're gonna have a long season.
We'll see about that.
But all right, but The Bucks, no. The Bucks' two most high-profile wins came very long ago. They haven't had a meaningful win since. They haven't had a dominant win, like a one of those teams where they beat a team that is somebody in a dominant fashion. I haven't seen that yet from Tampa. And I like Tampa. I love Mike Evans. I love Mike Evans, but
nah, I can't agree with you on LA Stafford. I like Stafford. That boy can light it up. He's getting old too, but I like Stafford.
I like Stafford more than I've ever liked Phillip Rivers. And Phillip Rivers was another nigga that threw a lot of picks and a lot of touchdowns. Yeah. Stafford is the same person. He's just like a more modern Phillip Rivers to me.
Yep. Well, you see what happens when you get him some weapons. That boy can light it up with Puka and Coop.
Bro, and he hasn't had a season where both of them have been fully healthy all year.
Yeah.
When Puka had his breakout party, Coop was down. And then Pook got hurt.
Who beat the Chargers? The Bucks?
Yeah, the Bucks did us a favor.
Still, but the Chargers, like
the Chargers receiver room is worse than the three faces on this screen. Like the three faces on this screen could go be the Chargers receivers room. That offense is terrible. You gotta give me something that means something. Who have they beat? They got Lad McConkey, right? McConklin.
Yeah.
Fucking, what's that other kid's name? Another nobody. That receiver room is god awful in LA.
Yeah, he definitely did do that. But nah, you gotta remember, he getting old, man. The dude's up there in age.
That's up there. Matthew Stafford was like the young hot guy like 15
for
years
real,
ago.
That nigga was in Detroit for a minute, son.
Yo, rotting away in Detroit. Like he's a soldier for that. Him and Calvin rotted away in Detroit.
For real.
They was both getting hurt every year because they were the only two good players there.
Now we're gonna get into this game. Steelers versus the goddamn Eagles.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Because I'm going to post it in my story. Hey, follow me after this, y'all. I'm going to post it in my story, and I'm going to bring it back up on Twitter. Nigga, Jones said we was going to lose to the Steelers. It was like 3 weeks ago. Nigga tweeted me and said we was going to lose to them.
I picked on this podcast, too.
Best team in the state.
I definitely picked y'all.
Nah, I really thought the defense of Pittsburgh would show up. They ain't fucking show up. They ain't show up.
And if they had shown up, it would have been a far more competitive game because Saquon didn't have a great game. Saquon had a real pedestrian game.
Yeah.
Real pedestrian game. We're down a starting offensive lineman, or a starter, like a veteran. They could have ate.
AJ Brown showed up.
AJ showed up. Well, I won't even say AJ showed up. We just went out of our way to break everybody else's momentum to throw this nigga mad 5-yard curls. And I hate that shit. Like when we started to melt last year, it was the same thing. Every time Jalen Hurts dropped back, I knew what the routes were. It was going to be one of two passes last year. Yep. And that's what yesterday looked like. We were great passing the ball last year because we were great because A.J. Brown is a fucking athlete. He's running slants, curls, and goes. That's all he did all season last year. That game against Pittsburgh, that's all A.J. did. Slants, and not even a lot of slants and curls, slants and goals. It was a lot of stop routes, 2 yards off the ball and stop. If you're watching the game, anytime everybody else, you see AJ just kind of like walking a little bit, and then he'll just stop and turn. Like they knew that they were gonna sell out and just give him whatever he wanted that game.
So, but to your point earlier, you said that's what they ran into last year. Do you think that's going to be a trend again heading into the tail end of this season? Them forcing him the ball and teams picking up on that and you getting pick sixes the other way because you know what the fuck's coming.
No, I don't think that because we haven't done it all season until yesterday. Like everybody else has been eating. Last week, A.J. Brown had catches but no touchdowns. Calcaterra had a touchdown. Devontae had a touchdown.
For sure.
Devontae had touchdown. Calcaterra had touchdown. Saquon had touchdown. Receiving. The week before that, AJ doesn't get a receiving touchdown. Jahan Dotson gets one. Devontae Smith gets two. Goddard gets one, and he's banged up. Everybody else is eating. He's the only one who's not, and so he threw his little tantrum about it. I feel like this game is to be like, yo, look here, nigga, all right? Jalen's going to make a conscious effort of it, but I don't see us, like, selling out from the game plan that's won us 9 straight to satisfy one receiver when our receiver room is as deep as it is.
Exactly. And that's what I would love for to happen to the Eagles is they start to fall right back into that shit. Because the minute Jalen Hurts start turning around looking somewhere else, that nigga gonna start crying again. Yo, what the fuck going on? Then
I'll give it to him. Last week he had a couple points. Like it looked like Jalen Hurts was doing that shit on purpose last week because the touchdown Calcaterra scores in the end zone, right? They literally run a bump route for AJ. Like if you look, AJ's on the outside. Jahan Dotson's in the slot. He runs his flag route, bumps off the corner. AJ come across on the slant. This nigga's wide open. Jalen looks at him, looks him off. They run the same thing on the other side. Devontae run a pick. Calcaterra's open. He looks back. Hits Calcaterra. AJ was open first and longer. So it looked like it on a couple of plays last week that shit was on purpose. But let's hope for the best that shit is behind them. Like AJ has some points. Like as a nigga who likes the ball and has said some things, like I can respect it. But
I can't take diva receiver talking about another diva receiver.
Yo, as a nigga who's demanded the ball, you feel me? Like I can respect that.
I can respect that.
But we gotta be winning. You feel me? Like,
and you gotta, since you here, you gotta bring up what you sent me a couple of weeks ago when the
trendsetter, baby. I'm just saying, y'all know who did it first. I know y'all saw my man Jamar Chase out there warming up in the 7-Eleven t-shirt. Y'all know who was doing that first. Y'all know who was Mr. Never Not Open.
Yo, we
don't close over here.
Was the first to do
Young 7-Eleven. Y'all know the vibes.
He's definitely been saying that since I know.
Shout out my man Jamar Chase for paying homage to the 7-Eleven lineage. You heard?
Oh, that shit was
shout out us always open young fellas, man.
So what's your confidence level going into this postseason? Like obviously we got a few more games. What is your thoughts when you look at the whole landscape of the NFC?
I don't think that we have a team in the NFC that genuinely can beat us. I'm not going to say can beat us. Anybody can win any game any given Sunday, right? I think the Eagles are, bias aside, I think the Eagles are the team in the NFC that's the most primed to make a run into the playoffs. Consistency, that matters. Momentum, that matters. The style in which we're winning these games matters. Like, we're not sneaking out of these games on a field goal here, a field goal there. Like, we're busting teams' ass. We're not playing Saquon Barkley like the bulk of fourth quarters. Like, we're busting teams' ass right now. And if you look at the teams around us that were supposed to be the guys who threatened us or the guys we would have to go through, the Niners don't exist.
Yeah.
We just watched the Lions lose to the Bills, who aren't as good as we are. Respectfully. No disrespect to the Bills. The Bills aren't as complete a team. They're not as dangerous on the outside. They're not dangerous deep threats. The run game isn't our run game. We just watched them lose to them. I'm not worried. Literally, we had the ball for 10 minutes and 40 seconds in the fourth quarter from our own 2-yard line, and the Steelers couldn't make a stop and get the ball back. We got the ball with 10 minutes and 40 seconds left in the fourth on hour 2. Josh Sweat said, I didn't get to rush the whole fourth quarter. I didn't get to rush the pass for the whole fourth quarter. I was on the sideline.
All the Niners slander, boy. I'm glad y'all suck like us. I'm happy as hell that the Niners suck like us, my boy.
The crazy shit is I didn't have no beef with the Niners until they started talking crazy. Like, niggas get one good season and started talking crazy about us? About us? We front runners? Us?
Yeah.
Debo Samuel's out there looking like Charles Barkley after he touched the Monstars ball. Like, in Space Jam, Debo was out there, like, learning how to catch the ball and shit. Like, oh, my God. Yeah. Talk crazy about us? I love it. Before the season started, I was thrilled that Ayuk wasn't going to sign, and I was like, that's going to be beautiful for them. That's going to break shit up because that's going to make Debo – it's going to expose Debo for who he was. Debo was never an all-NFL receiver. Never. Debo Samuels was never an all-NFL receiver. Debo Samuels is a black Christian McCaffrey. Like he's like another Reggie Bush. Like he's a novelty player. Like he's not big enough to solely be a receiver. He's not small and to be solely a running back. He's a novelty player. You can move him around, bounce him around. That shit is cute. But if he's your number one offensive weapon, you don't win games. As we've seen this season, you don't win games. Brock Purdy, the golden child and all of this. Game manager, not game changer. And when you don't have elite game changers in the game around him for him to manage, irrelevant. His play style does not equal winning games. It's not winning football. So I'm not worried about the Niners. We just watched the Lions lose in the fashion they lost in to a team that's far less complete than us. We just waxed the Steelers' ass. They can't play with us, period. There's nobody else. Genuinely, I don't see anybody else.
Yeah, no, I would have to agree. I think the key for y'all is
as a betting man,
the Lions getting into a rut.
I'm still with the Lions.
As a betting man, though, I feel like you can never fully bet against Patrick Mahomes. Like I know they're not playing great right now, and he's banged up, but I feel like he's hurt. But the rest of the team is getting healthy at the right time. They just got Pacheco back. They just they're doing some. I feel like they're gonna be moving in the right direction. And if we're betting on like one man magic, give me Pat Mahomes over Josh Allen every day of the week and twice on Sundays. I feel like
I
can see Eagles Chiefs rematch Super Bowl. That's my call.
I think, as much as I hate to agree,
I would love to see a Bird Bowl too. Not just disclaimer. I would love to see the Ravens and the Eagles. I had said that last year and it fell apart. I would love to see the Eagles and the Ravens again.
For sure. Josh Allen right now. Saquon got an argument because he's playing lights out this season. It's between them. Lamar is jumped down to third. Who picked Chicago against Detroit? They drinking some good shit. Who was it? Who did we have on the pod last week? Did we have anybody? We didn't have nobody.
Wait, you said what?
They played on Thanksgiving though.
Chicago against Detroit.
Chicago and Detroit.
Yeah, that wasn't.
Oh yeah. No, people were. Can we talk about Caleb Williams? I saw a chat. I saw it said in the chat. It said it was Anthony Richardson a bust. Can we talk about Caleb?
Well, yeah.
Look at Caleb's numbers though.
Yeah, his numbers ain't bad.
It's bad.
They don't. I feel like
in the offensive line he plays behind.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not hearing that, bro. I love Caleb. Like I was OD rooting for Caleb. I love Caleb.
I wasn't. I ain't gonna lie. I wasn't rooting for him, but now I feel bad for him. I feel bad for him.
I'm not trying to hear to look at his number shit because Justin Fields played behind the same O-line and had no weapons. Caleb has weapons.
I agree.
Justin had none and won way more games.
I could talk a little about this because, like I said all the time, my pops is a Bears fan, so I hear it all. The thing they messed up with Fields, behind him.
E, can you fix your camera? We can't see your face fully. A little up. Yeah, right there.
So, like, the thing with Fields, the play calling around him was horrible. They used him more as a runner than they did a quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
With Caleb, you see they let him throw it.
But he has people to throw it to. They went and drafted him a top wide receiver.
He definitely
none of us are going to argue how bad the Bears did.
Yeah, they didn't.
Bears failed him.
They failed him. They failed him as far as protecting him, and that's what they did with Justin Fields. They didn't protect Justin Fields. They let him get his ass beat every fucking game.
But Justin Fields had the locker room. That locker room don't fuck with Caleb.
For sure. Nah, for sure. I agree with you.
Like Justin Fields was getting hit in his mouth every week, every play, every snap, and getting up and going and playing again. Caleb laying on the ground.
And honestly, we know Chicago is more than just what's happening on the field.
That's a fact.
The whole organizational problem they have.
Literally, it's systemic dysfunction over there. Like,
let's see, Anthony Richardson. Yeah, he's having a bad year. He's having a rough. But I'm still giving a little hope for him in the future. I'm definitely still holding on hope because he got talent. He just
I feel like, y'all remember what Tom Brady said a couple weeks ago? Like, he has it. That should make sense, man. Like 10 years ago, 15 years ago, you had to be an exceptional rookie to a rookie quarterback. You had to be exceptional to be a starter immediately. Like, not every quarterback that get drafted is automatically going to come and play now. And that's becoming a thing, like in the last 5-6 years, probably. That's becoming a thing. Like, quarterbacks are getting drafted and expecting to play now when, that's a big jump from college, even D1 Power 5 college football. Like, it's a big jump to come to the NFL. And
hold on, bro. Hold on. Yo, hold on.
My boy getting attacked by his dog. But I feel like, that's a big jump to make, and like they're not accounting for that shit. Like, these
I
young
think that's
guys
why
are these young guys are getting
like,
thrown to the wolves.
I feel like when you draft these young quarterbacks,
Push.
especially guys like that where they're young or whatever, you don't have a legit vet in the quarterback room. Like, let's be honest.
Especially in those bad
Going
organizations.
into that year, nobody thought Anthony Richardson was going to be that high of a first-round pick.
No.
It was the combine. Everybody seen the arm talent, whatever.
Push.
And it was like, all right, we got to draft him immediately and start him.
I mean, he did put up phenomenal. Like, he put up some
Of
numbers
course,
that
but
first
then
year.
when we started to see
Push.
slide, he gets hurt. Like it takes a lot.
It's a mental part of the game. Like, the game has to be taught on the field, off the field, etiquette, how you handle yourself. You got to make business decisions sometime out there. Like, Anthony ain't built for that. Like, what?
Yeah, he's not mentally ready to be.
What? I remember when it was a big deal when we would get like 2 or 3 quarterbacks from the same class, like that were gonna start as rookies. Like, you remember that year where RG3, Andrew Luck, like that was a big deal.
Yeah.
Like RG3, oh shit, they're giving these 2 young guys the keys to the franchise. Like, yo, what's gonna happen? And I feel like that was more standard though. You would get 1 or 2, but now it's like,
all right, we're gonna have it every year. We're gonna have it next year
last
with
year's
Shador.
draft. This draft that just happened, we saw 4 or 5 guys get thrown in the starting spots right away. We saw guys who got their starting spot a year ago or 2 years ago get taken by a younger guy. Like, the Patriots gave up on Mac Jones already.
Yeah.
Y'all just drafted him to be the replacement, and got rid of him and drafted someone new already.
We're gonna see it. We're gonna see it next season. You're gonna see at least 2 starting quarterbacks with Shador and Cam Ward.
We're gonna see somebody come in and draft Anthony Richardson's replacement. We're gonna see Caleb Williams' replacement possibly get drafted next year. It's nasty, bro. It's rough. Shout out to the Falcons. Yo, they did not rush my man Michael Penix. They're finally starting him. And I think Kirk Cousins is a great vet. I think he's a great vet to have.
Wait. You said shout out to the Falcons?
Shout out to the Falcons, man. They finally
Why are we shouting them out for paying the man that robbed them?
They giving my man Michael Penix a chance. Shout out to him.
They should have had that. Like,
I didn't want him in there.
I'm not giving him a shout out for paying homeboy.
Nah, I didn't want him to start, man. Let him play behind Kirk. Good vet.
I disagree. I think right now is the bad time to put him in. The reason why is because they right there in the conversation for the playoffs.
They trying to tank and get Travis.
They're playing in the worst
division, right? They in the worst division in football.
A 500 record is going to get you a home playoff game.
If I'm them, if I'm really trying to get in the playoffs, I'm still playing Kirk, even though he's been playing like shit.
Horrible.
He's a vet, though. I wouldn't want to throw a rookie in at this moment to try to get us into the playoffs. You feel me? If they wasn't playing for shit, I bet get him in there, let him get his reps, get him ready for next year. But now you're putting them in a game where all these games matter. You feel me?
And they got they got an easy game this week.
That's the good thing, is that I think the rest of their schedule is weak. I think they got the Giants.
I was gonna say, what's the rest of their shit looking like?
I'm about to check right now.
I got you. I think
I think the schedule is pretty weak. So that's the only thing that I'm like, all right, cool. I definitely understand it in that spot. Vibes, I made it. My boys in the building, Trippy OG. Y'all know Trippy OG.
Hey, my dog.
Yes, sir. My
Nick
boys
Tate.
in the building. Oh, stop. Bro, you dead ass?
Kurt,
You got us someone?
Oh yeah, he said shout out to you. You won it. You won the ticket. It's lit.
Hey, let's go.
The Falcons' next 3 games.
Shout out to my guy Trippy OG. Knicks all day. You dig?
Knicks tape.
Knicks tape. Everybody that's on here right now, make sure y'all go check out my guy Trippy OG. Knicks uncut on Twitter, YouTube, everything. If y'all Knicks fans, these are the people y'all need to talk to. For real, for real. But yo, Trippy and the whole squad, appreciate y'all. Y'all real dudes over there. Y'all about y'all shit. Y'all know y'all basketball, and y'all definitely love y'all Knicks. So Knicks tape all day. I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. You did? My boys, make sure y'all go check those boys out, man, for real. But yeah, I think
I got their schedule right here.
Okay. What's their schedule looking like?
So the last 3 games, they got the Giants this week.
Okay.
Washington.
Is Jaden Daniels back?
Yeah.
That'll be, but that's in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then to finish off the season, they got Carolina.
Carolina's one of those frisky good bad teams.
They got 3 games left?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's 3 games left.
Yo, honestly, they might only win one of those games, bro.
Yeah.
I think because
I have them beating the Giants, losing to Washington, and the game that's iffy is the Carolina game.
Yes, exactly the same. I got them walking over Giants, losing to the Commanders, and I definitely feel like that can be a tricky one. Yep. I feel like Penix could win that game. I don't know if Kirk could win that game.
You know we're losing that game. We need to lose. Hashtag Giants.
Oh, Giants are tanking for Shador.
And I don't want to see him go over there, man.
He's not. And yo, because I would hate that.
I think Prom is going to shut that down.
I love Shador. My son loves Shador. Like we be out here with it. But I feel like I heard Prom say he's not letting him play in New York.
Yeah, I think.
And Shador's been doing all the right things in the media. Like he's been saying positive things about Malik Neighbors, and he's been building their relationship. But I absolutely don't think Prom is gonna let him play in New York. He's gonna do it, and I hope he don't get bashed for it or criticized for it because we've seen
it.
When Eli's dad did it, nobody said nothing. When he said my son will not play for them.
Yep.
He said my son will not play for the Saints, right? Or the Chargers?
Chargers.
Oh, Chargers, yeah.
It was the Phillip Rivers deal, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yep. He was like, yo, my son will not play for the Chargers. He's not playing in San Diego. No. And we let that shit rock. And Eli wasn't even as high profile as Shador coming out of college.
As a Miami Hurricane fan, I don't want to see Cam Ward over there neither.
You know they will. They're the Giants.
I like Cam Ward, but I don't like Cam Ward as much as I like Shador, so fuck him. But I think Shador would be better in New York than Cam Ward is because Cam Ward is a Florida baby, born and raised in Florida. To have to come to New York, that's a completely change of world. Like born in Florida, played high school in Florida, committed to the University of Miami.
Yeah, he's a Florida boy.
He don't travel to the cold to work out.
You're
forgetting
one thing. He played most of his college ball in Washington State.
Who, Cam?
Yeah, he's a transfer guy.
I thought he spent 2 years. I thought he spent 2 years in Miami though.
He transferred. He's a transfer portal guy.
Yeah, he came back home though.
Yeah. Listen, one of them is going to end up on the Giants, and one of them is going to end up on the Raiders.
Shador's going to the Raiders.
Yeah,
Tom Brady is part of the ownership group.
Yeah, that's what's happening. It's gone. They're gonna make that shit happen.
Tom Brady's part of the ownership group. Every time the Raiders lost a game this season, Shador tweeted, "God is good" with the prayer hands. Every time they lost the game, because he knew they're getting closer to getting a high pick.
Yep, and you heard what Dion said to coach what's his name? What's their coach? Who?
Pierce.
Antonio Pierce.
Pierce, yeah. He said at some dinner or some award or some shit like that. He said, "Yeah, go get them Cinder boys." So he's already putting it in the air. That's most likely what's going to happen.
Shador's going to Vegas or Dallas.
I would love that. Don't even get me.
I would hate that.
Don't even get me started on that, boy. Oh my God.
I'm waiting to see if they figure out a way. I'm waiting to see if they figure out a way to finesse a team out of Travis. I want to see if they finesse a team out of Travis and Dion figure out he mastermind a way to get them two niggas together again.
That would be ridiculous. That would be crazy.
I don't think so.
Yeah, it'll be
That's
hard.
too much. Yeah,
He don't have that
That's
much.
hard. It is hard.
that's hard. Like
That's tough.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
tough to
we
do.
not playing fantasy football here. Like
He'll have a better shot with his sons being on the same team than
Because
him.
don't nobody care where Shiloh go.
Yeah, exactly.
Shiloh's gonna be a late round draft pick.
Shiloh may not be a draft pick.
Too slow to play in the secondary. Shiloh got
I
to
know
come
it
into
will.
play in a hybrid linebacker role, and that's it.
You feel me? He's gonna end up being a nickel, not even because he can't
Nah,
cover.
hell
He
no.
can hit.
He got to
can't
play
cover, he can
linebacker.
hit.
Yeah, he got to learn. He got to learn.
Linebacker.
One of them little outside He's gonna be like a honey badger type,
Mm-hmm.
Bob Sanders type of nigga.
The problem with Sanders going to Dallas is Jerry. Yeah, well, anybody going to Dallas is the problem is Jerry.
Yeah, but you know what
That's
fucks up Dallas'
Jerry and
chances
Prom
too?
love each other though.
Dallas has been
Coach
winning,
Prom
so that's gonna
love
hurt
Jerry
Dallas.
Jones.
Yeah, exactly. We've been winning games, so
He was winning games. Y'all just going farther and farther.
we don't
Jerry
have.
Jones and Prom
top
love
two
each other
pick.
though. I could.
Yeah, they do. They do. They definitely do love each other. They grew up in New York. I mean, Texas. So
The only way Shador doesn't go number one is if the team with the number one pick has a quarterback, and that's going to get Travis.
yeah. So it is what it is. Now into the last part of the show, our picks. Week 16. E, you got it up for us?
Yes, I do.
All right, let me get this down.
Who won last week?
Nigga, you know you won, nigga.
I told you this weekend. I said, I know I got you this weekend.
Shouldn't have picked the Steelers, nigga.
And he be losing by 1 point.
So, but this time you got me by 2, but every week besides this week, this nigga has won by 1.
Bet on Pittsburgh. That's crazy.
Pittsburgh, yo, you sons of bitches.
That's so disrespectful. Russell Wilson was like,
Fuck
"Yeah,
this
I always win these rivalry games."
Ooh, I like that. A shot for each win on the picks. We're gonna have to do this on a Saturday. Or we off. The fuck, Queen trying to get us fucked up out here.
I told you.
I like that though. That's a good idea.
After this weekend, I was taking a break from drinking.
Yo, for real.
Take it next year, nigga. You be all right.
All right. Starting off tomorrow's game, we got a real good one. Broncos-Chargers.
Broncos-Chargers. That's a division game. Chargers
pretty much. It's for like one of the top 2 wild card spots.
Mm-hmm.
You know where I'm going.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one. The Chargers. Did they get y'all last time? I think they got y'all.
They beat us the last time. Yeah,
they won the first matchup.
But I think y'all get them
defense.
this time.
Yeah, Bo Nix has figured it out now.
He's playing.
Even though he had a bad game, but our defense is.
Nico, you going with Broncos too?
And look, Bo Nix is dead like isolated. Like it don't even count that he's a rookie because the nigga's 30. Like he was in college for 12 years. Like it don't even count that he's a rookie playing. He's a grown ass man.
Yo, but the one thing I do want to talk about real quick, when award season comes, they talk about all these names. Nick Benito for Defensive Player of the Year. You have to talk about him. He's got 11 sacks. He's top 3 in the league in sacks. He's the only guy in the I don't know how long, with a 10+ sack season, 2 pick sixes, and a fumble return for a touchdown in the same year.
2 pick sixes is crazy.
Yeah, that's fine. We always get that.
From his position, 2 is crazy.
Yeah, for real.
They fucking nuts.
All right, bet. Who we got next?
All right. Then we got 2 Saturday games this week.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, we're getting close to that time. Yep.
We got the Houston Texans and the Kansas City Chiefs.
I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Houston don't look like Houston of last year.
Not at all.
Figure CJ out. And that's probably my biggest, my worst aged take from last season is that I thought CJ was going to have, a stellar year.
Yeah.
I thought CJ was going to be MVP.
Considering the fact that they actually got a really good running game with Joe
Mixon.
Mixon.
With Mixon, yeah.
Joe Mixon is having a good year.
Hell yeah. I got him in fantasy. He's been killing for me.
He looks like Joe Mixon of old.
Yeah. I'm going to take Kansas City. The only way I wouldn't take them is if they said Mahomes was out.
Yeah, that's going to be a big part of that game.
Even if, bro, I feel like Carson Wentz might be able to beat Houston.
Carson Wentz hasn't thrown a football since he was in college.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Because he played the last game. Don't do that. He was out there, completed 4 passes, held it down. But
You going with the
anyway,
Chiefs too?
yeah, give me
Oh
the
yeah,
Chiefs.
you said you're going to Chiefs.
all right. The second Saturday game, Pittsburgh Steelers, Baltimore Ravens.
Ooh,
I got Baltimore.
absolutely.
I don't fuck
Yeah,
with Russ. You know that.
yeah. Y'all let me down this fucking week. So
I will never. I never
I
pick the
will
second best
never.
team in Pennsylvania.
Who we got
All right.
next?
And
Giants
Russ is talking
Falcons.
crazy.
Giants Falcons. I think we all going to Atlanta.
Yep.
Anyway,
ATL.
next up,
You know where I'm going.
Arizona, Carolina. I'm gonna go Carolina. Arizona
Ooh.
disappoints me.
Give me Arizona.
We've been saying it all year. Arizona's the weirdest team. They play so good. The next week they lose. Then they
They play.
win. Then
They
they lose.
play.
And
They
it's
play
like
to the level of
horrible.
their competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And honestly, even though they've lost to Dallas and stuff, the last stretch of game, Carolina's been playing good.
They have.
They look better with Bryce Young since he's been back. He looks really good.
I'll take
Damn.
Carolina just because it's a home game, and I feel like when Arizona has to play on the road, they don't play as good. Outside of week 1 in Buffalo.
This one is a good one because these are two teams I fuck with. I like the players, some of the players on those teams.
It's two scrappy up and down teams.
Yeah, like my heart is saying Cardinals, but my head is saying Carolina, and I'm gonna go with my head on this one. I'm gonna go Carolina.
Yeah, that's why you be losing sometimes. You be picking with your heart.
Fuck you, nigga.
All right, this one we all gonna agree on. Detroit at Chicago.
Yeah.
Detroit, yeah, easy.
Yeah, they're going.
That's a good bounce back game for them though.
Yeah, they need it.
You need that.
You need it.
You lose a heartbreaker. You need somebody who can go spank.
Yeah, facts.
You need something you can put on the knee real quick.
Plus, we need you to stay ahead of the Eagles.
Them niggas is tied. we about to wash Washington up. These niggas is tied.
Next up, Tennessee at the Colts. I'm going Colts.
Tennessee.
I don't even know who they start. Mason Rudolph, because they benched Will Levis again.
Oh, they did?
The Titans, yeah.
Damn.
Oh, okay.
Even though it doesn't matter. Shout out Tennessee might be a dark horse team to draft one of those top 2 quarterbacks.
You said Tennessee Colts?
Yeah, I'm going Colts. Colts are another team that need a bounce back win.
Who's starting over there?
Richardson.
Did they bench that nigga?
They did
Richardson's
before
back.
he came back. Tennessee
they had
is not that bad. I like
they had your man in there. He was even worse. Damn. Yeah, give me the Colts. Fuck it.
Colts.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I might have to go with them. Damn. But I like the defense of Tennessee. I just don't like Mason Rudolph. Colts. All right, who's next?
Rams, Jets. Give me the Rams.
Rams, yeah, easy.
Next.
Eagles, Commanders.
Let's go, Commanders.
Yeah, that's what happened last time.
Jaden. Let's show who the fucking best
and they gotta come see us.
Nigga.
We beat them in Washington last time. They gotta come.
No. Y'all beat them in Philly. It's in Washington.
We'll take that. Don't matter.
I got Eagles.
Easy pick.
Let's go, Commanders. So let these motherfuckers put some.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I think most
on
of
y'all
like,
niggas' names.
when he loses to me, it'd be because he be picking like his biased picks.
And watch this be the one.
He always go against the Eagles and the Niners.
Nah,
I
haven't
go against them.
I picked the Eagles a few times this year, but the ones that the close games,
when you lose by that 1 point.
If it's a close game, like I look like it's two good teams, I'm always gonna pick the other fucking team. I'm always going. What? If there's a chance that they can beat the Eagles, I'm picking them. The fuck?
You running out of good teams, nigga.
Even when Even the y'all play Carolina this year? Yeah, I did, right?
Played them last week.
Yeah, I picked Carolina against y'all niggas.
Xavier Leggett said that was his welcome to the league moment when that boy got boomed coming back here. No fly zone back here, big dog. You better get yourself up off the ground, go eat some of that coon. All right? Clean that nigga up before Thanksgiving.
Next up, we got the Browns and Bengals. I'm going Bengals.
Yeah.
Browns finally benched Jameis.
They did?
Yes.
And that's my dog.
That's
all them parlays of picking the over on Jameis interceptions are gone.
I love Jameis, bro.
Damn.
I love Jameis.
That was easy money.
He's hilarious, bro.
Yo, Jameis may be one of the funniest niggas in sports of all time.
Like, in sports ever, bro. That nigga's hilarious. And he's dead ass. He's not playing.
Yo, like Jameis Winston is absolute proof that, like, yo, when you're a high profile level of athlete, like once you hit certain status, they stop testing. Like they don't care how intelligent you are after you show a certain level of athletic skill, because
yo,
he be dead serious. Like, and it's not that he's dumb or like, I think he's developmentally delayed. Like he on his Rain Man shit when it comes to football. Like he just is a football guru,
bro.
Like the nigga struggle with colors and shapes and shit. I feel like my son is like high functioning. Like he got a little tism.
That snow game, that pregame.
Oh my god,
beautiful, just fucking beautiful.
It's snowing.
Beautiful. Anybody that hasn't watched a Jameis Winston interview, please go do that.
Anytime you get in front of him, like any chance I can get to watch Jameis, I do.
No interview. Just watch all his mic'd up moments.
Or that
any chance you can
pregame speeches.
Jameis Winston on a microphone.
Yeah, the pregame speeches.
Watch it.
Just amazing.
Next up, we got the Vikings in Seattle.
Vikings.
Yeah, I gotta go Minnesota.
Yeah, what's his name? I think is out this week as well.
Gino, right?
Yeah. Shout out to Tyler Lockett, a real teammate. Walked him the whole way to the thing. Fight Queens. She's a Packer fan, so that's why she hating on the Vikings. Who's next?
Patriots, Bills. Give me the Bills.
Bills.
Yeah. Next.
This is the Travis Hunter versus Shedeur Sanders game. The Jaguars, Raiders.
That's nasty.
That is nasty.
Is Trevor Lawrence alive?
Nah. Yeah, he
might be done for the year.
Yeah, he's done. I'm pretty sure he's done.
If they're smart, don't play him for the rest of the year. Because in all reality, Jones hasn't been that bad for them. I'm gonna pick the Jags anyway because the Raiders suck.
This is a terrible pick. Let me
I'm gonna go with the Jags too.
Flip a coin.
For real.
All right. Heads Raiders, tails Jags. Raiders. Let's do it. Let's do it.
Raiders.
Another bad game. The Niners and Dolphins.
Dolphins.
I'll take Dolphins.
Give me the
matter of fact, wait. Because that whole thing with the linebacker quitting on them, I feel like
that's
that's
literally what just fire them up. Head. That might fire them up. Even though I hate the Niners with a passion, and I would love to. Actually, the Dolphins are my second favorite team because that's my favorite. That's my uncle's favorite team. But I can see that last game sparking a fire under that team being like, and. The Dolphins didn't look good last game. Tua was trash.
And they just released Odell. They talking about releasing Calais Campbell so he can join the contender.
Wow. Yeah.
Tyreek's not too happy.
Y'all know we flourish in those moments. Come on, Calais. Come on, Mr. Campbell. Pull up. Come on.
You know what? I'll take the Niners.
You know the Eagles be scooping up them free agents once they get released mid-season. Y'all gonna be so mad.
Just to do nothing.
Niggas gonna blink.
Just to do nothing.
Hey, y'all be mad. Y'all gonna blink. Tariq gonna be over here. Give me the Dolphins.
Going to Dolphins. I hope the Dolphins win, honestly, but
yo, bro, Brock Purdy is the Niners' best player.
Yeah, right. It's crazy. Trent Williams is their best fucking player.
Yo, bro, like that's terrible.
There.
Their skill players are not showing up. Like McCaffrey was the heart. He's their best player, period. Like McCaffrey was the only one they had that was gonna show up every week, every day, every game. And he not there. Debo's not that guy. And I love that Christian McCaffrey. I don't wish injury on nobody, but I love that Christian McCaffrey is not there to carry that nigga because Debo is proving to the world that he is not the guy that he was acting like last year.
Yep. Who we got next?
Tampa at Dallas. And it's a home game for Dallas, so give me Tampa.
Who?
The Bucks. I'm going Bucks.
Give me Tampa, bro. And Baker we trust, especially against Dallas.
At home, Dallas plays horrible at home.
Yo, which is the wildest shit in the world.
We were fucking we went on a
like
16
the scariest home team
20th,
in the league.
Yeah, we had the craziest.
Can't do shit
record.
at home.
And now it's indoors.
Straight ass.
And it's indoors.
And you know the crazy part is it's not like y'all just lose. Like y'all let teams come in there and put points up.
Belt to ass.
One thing I will say is that our defense has finally starting to look better. Offense even starting to look better. But yeah, we ain't there yet. We ain't there.
And Trayvon Diggs is out for the year.
Yeah.
So
yeah
Mike Evans might go off. Yeah.
He's gonna have a field day. It's the Bucks. It's the Bucks. I ain't stupid. It's the Bucks.
And lastly, the Monday night game. The Saints and Green Bay.
I feel you, Queen. Saints and Green Bay.
Go Pack, go.
Yeah, you got to, right? Because who the fuck is in New Orleans?
Who's the quarterback?
Taysom Hill.
Yo, Sean Payton, do whatever you can to get Alvin Kamara in Denver next year.
For real. Real shit. Any other topics that you guys want to touch on before we get out of here?
How do we feel about that linebacker quitting on his team mid-game?
Oh, yeah, let's talk about it. That was
shout out to with he had the best statement. He goes, "That's some sucker shit." We've all played football before.
That was the corniest shit.
Like it's a different level. Like you basically go in a war.
For real.
And to have one of your so-called brothers quit on you during war is
during war.
And he not sick. He not dealing with nothing. It's not like I got a call.
You mad because the original starting linebacker who tore his Achilles in the Super Bowl made it back to play that game. Are you insane?
Before the Super Bowl.
No, the game already started. He got hurt second drive.
Oh.
Yeah, that was some bullshit. I ain't never seen that shit happen before, ever. And then
that should put a stain on him where nobody should sign him.
Yeah, it's quiet. Yeah, I don't think anybody gonna pick him up because you already know what he's about.
You get the stamp now as a locker room problem.
Yeah.
And it's you don't even have to really do nothing else. You get that stamp and it's on you now. Like there's not a coach that's gonna want to pick you up.
And honestly, in sports, one of the worst things you want to be labeled is a quitter.
Exactly. That's the one thing in sports you do not fucking quit. And the worst thing about it is there's guys on that team, there's guys around that fucking league,
around that organization. There's dudes on that practice squad. Like there's niggas who wake up every day and just drive there to practice with them every day.
Who is guy to be in his spot?
There's dudes that have more reason not to be there than to be there, but they're fucking there.
Yo, you think
there's people
they're not making the playoffs. They're not making the playoffs. You don't think Fred Warner's not banged up and he's like, yo, I could sit out for the rest of the year.
I can start my recovery and I can get healthy. Like
you know what I mean? But he's there making plays for them.
Exactly. That is crazy. I hope he doesn't find another job in the NFL because that is the saddest thing I've ever seen.
Yo, you not sick. You not hurt. It's not, oh, I gotta call like my wife in labor, my like a
Your
Nah,
relative
there's no
ego,
passed
excuse.
away.
Yeah,
Son just said I don't feel like it.
your
I don't
fucking
feel like
ego,
playing.
your
I don't
And
ego.
want to play.
yo, like as a youth coach, bro, like I'm dead gonna use this, and I'm like I've been sending clips of this shit to my parents, like
Mm-hmm.
the parents of my kids on my team,
Yep.
because some parents have an issue with how I talk to their kids, right? Some parents have an issue with like how I handle their kids because yo, I hold you to a rigid, I hold you to like a rigid standard. Like, yo, you missed practice, your kid didn't play. Like, oh, well,
Right.
it wasn't his fault. He didn't miss it. You know, I couldn't bring him. All right, cool. So it's
Ooh.
your fault he's not playing this weekend.
Exactly.
Like, okay, the same way he committed, but he's only 8 and 9 years old.
Right.
You committed to drive him here because you committed to put him on this team. You
That's
can't bring him here. The accountability he will be held at is that he will play less if he hasn't been in practice as much as some of the other kids.
Yep.
The attitude, the talk back, the effort, the quitting before the line stuff. I'm big on holding them accountable for it and telling them why they're being penalized or why they're being yelled at. I'm big on that because, yo, kids who aren't accountable, adults aren't accountable.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like kids who aren't accountable, kids who aren't coachable grow up to be adults who aren't accountable and adults who
Bro,
aren't
you don't even
employable.
you don't
And
even
this is
have
an
to go.
example of that.
Queen,
Entitlement, like always giving people what they want. He's mad entitled. He thought he was entitled to that starting spot and
Yep.
said, I
Queen,
don't feel like playing no more.
Queen. You even Brett played after his father died. We don't even have to go that far back.
Yeah.
Ford on his team is playing when his daughter just passed away.
Yep.
Last year or 2 years ago.
Yeah. That shit is crazy. That shit
Trent
is
Williams
crazy.
just lost the kid.
Yep. It's bad. That was a bad, horrible fucking look, and he need to look himself in the mirror. He need to come back and apologize to his fucking team. That's for sure. Even though they
He
probably
has to
won't
be cut
accept it,
already. He got to be. He has to be
definitely
released
gonna be
already.
cut.
Like
There's no question he got to be cut. But as a
Nah,
man,
they're
he need
not
to go
releasing
back
him.
in.
They announced it today, I think, or yeah, I believe they announced it this morning. They're putting him on indefinite team suspension. When you're suspended by the team,
you don't
you
get
don't
paid.
collect a paycheck.
Yeah,
If they
yeah.
release him, there's a chance he can go
They
get
still
paid
got to
somewhere.
pay. Right. That's
So
a
they're
fact.
gonna
All right. So
hold
they
him
playing
the
the
rest of
smart.
the season,
They playing
have
the
him
smart.
suspended indefinitely because due to the contract he signed, you being suspended means we don't owe you. You forfeited the money for the time you're suspended. So they're
Absolutely.
gonna hold
Yeah,
him the
nah,
rest of the season to make sure
I
he
don't
can't
fuck with
collect a
that.
check, and then they're gonna release him.
I know you would, Queen. I know you would. But that is our time. That is our show. I want to say thank you to all of you guys, all 283 of you guys that showed up on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. We appreciate y'all. We appreciate each and every one of you guys that commented and engaged with us while we were doing this. That's the reason why we do this. Is to engage with y'all, have some fun, talk some shit. But at the end of the day, we all just sports lovers. Like, we just gonna talk some shit. None of it is personal. We just enjoying time. And other than that, next week we are off because it is Christmas. So we hope that you all enjoy and have a great, happy holidays, safe holidays, and you and your families just take care. Y'all take care of each other, and we'll see y'all in
From now,
2025. You did?
from now on, when Nico's on the show, it's called the Black Beanie Podcast. All right.
The Black Meaning Podcast. Yeah, y'all heard her. Subscribe, donate, like, comment, all of y'all know the vibes.
All that stuff.
All of it. But like I
Everything.
said, 2025, we got big shit coming for Jones for Sports. 2 new podcasts. I didn't even mention the other podcasts. I said the that sports podcast panel where everybody can pull up and talk just like we are now. If you want, I'm gonna give y'all the link so y'all can come on and pull up and talk with us. It is y'all podcast. We're gonna have fun with it. So that's what that sports podcast that's gonna be on Fridays. It looks like it's gonna be at 9:00. Probably be that second Friday of the new year. We'll start that up. And then we got a new basketball podcast. We don't have a name yet, but a podcast group that I was with before, that podcast is no longer a podcast. So now they are joining the Jones for Sports family, and we're going to do it from here. And we're going to make it poppin'. And we're going to get, obviously, we got Nico and E. They know basketball, so we're going to have them on the show as well. So look forward to a lot of shit. And we're going to be outside. As soon as the cold get out of here, we're going to be
cold in New York.
outside.
It's cold in New York.
It's cold out here, but I got my mic. I know Nico got a mic. We going to be outside.
We hitting the streets.
We hitting the streets.
Catch
We going to be
us
outside.
in the playoffs, man. Knicks tape. We going to be outside.
Catch us
Yo,
He
The
gonna be.
one thing too that we haven't really announced, nothing crazy. We're not gonna go into too much info. Something special might happen Super Bowl time. Remember that.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
We
So
got something cooking.
we got shit going. So if y'all know, y'all know. If you know, you know. But other than that, it's your boy Jones, my guy Nico, and E, the Jones for Sports, the Jones for Sports podcast, the Jonesin podcast, brought to you by Jonesin for Sports. We make sports better. Get it? Peace.